Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well, let's learn English together. Okay. K.O. K.O. What? Is Vladimir Klitschko in the house? I hope not. I can't even say his name correctly. So, well, let's just say that I'm keeping out of his way. Okay, so no K.O. Actually, that's a point. Do you all know what K.O. means? K.O. is an acronym. Well, sort of an acronym. Do you all remember what an acronym is? You must remember. I remember Enid spoke to you about acronyms. It was a couple of weeks ago. Enid told us how acronyms are made. We take the first letter of each word and use those letters to make a new, shorter word. So, for example, we take the words delayed onset muscle soreness and we use the initials from all four words to make the word DOMS, which is much shorter and easier to use. DOMS is the English word for izomláz, but I think the Hungarian sounds much nicer. Muscle fever. I like that. Anyway, we know a couple of very famous acronyms, don't we? We know that NATO is the acronym for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And we know that NASA is the acronym we get from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. There are lots and lots of acronyms in English, like the EU, the European Union, the EEC, the European Economic Community, and the OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Anyway, KO is also an acronym, and it comes from the world of boxing. KO means knock out. When you knock someone out, you punch them so hard that they lose consciousness. Essentially, you punch them so hard that they go to sleep. Their brain turns off and they fall down. And then we call for an ambulance. Anyway, Vladimir's not here in the studio, so we don't have to worry about KOs or knockout punches. We're safe. Well, we still have to be careful with Chopper, but, well, we're pretty safe. Okay, no KO. And on we go. So, let's get stuck in to today's lesson. And guess what? Yes, that's right. It's not about acronyms. Yep, you heard me right the first time. But, just for you, I will repeat what I said. I said that it's not about acronyms. No, it's not. Today's lesson is about prepositions. Whoop-de-diddle-I-pom-pom. Yes, we're carrying on from where we finished yesterday. Do you all remember what we learned yesterday? Yes, yesterday we learned some new prepositions of time, didn't we? We learned before and the opposite after. And we also learned two synonyms, while and during. While and during mean the same thing. But there's something we have to be careful with, isn't there? Yes, and who can remember what it is? Correct! A whack a squirrel with a bit of 2x4. When we use while and during, we have to make sure that we follow while with a verb and we follow during with a noun. Okay, there. So, are you ready? What do you mean? Ready for what? Ready to answer the questions, to make sure we understand the prepositions we learned yesterday. Yes, it's question time.
Hello, and here we are for the first of our weekly question times with an audience in a South London theatre which has been specially converted.
No, not that question time. I mean, our question time. Time for our questions. Right. Let's do the first one together as an example, shall we? Number 1. Always wash your hands, you eat. Okay, so what do you think? It's a pretty easy one, isn't it? What's the correct answer? Yes, that's right. It's before. We're talking about something you should always do before you eat something. Every time you sat down at the table when you were little, your mum and dad asked you this question. Did you wash your hands? So we all know that before we eat something, it's not important if we're about to eat breakfast or lunch or dinner. What is important from a hygiene point of view is that we wash our hands. Great! So, we've done the first one. Now, it's up to you to finish the rest. On your marks, get set, go! Number 2, always wash your hands, you go to the toilet. Number 3, my visit to London, I met Paul McCartney. Number 4, I was talking to Paul McCartney, the Queen walked past. Number 5, we didn't speak, we were eating. Number 6, we didn't speak, the meal. Number 7, the Queen phoned, you were in the toilet. Number 8, the film was really boring, we left, the end. Number 9, I'm nervous. That's normal. Everyone's nervous, exams. Okay, so how did you get on? Were those questions easy or hard? Well, let's check them together and find out. All right, what did you put for the first one? Aha! Trick question. The first one was the example. We did it together, so we all got 100% for that one. Always wash your hands before you eat. Good. Okay, what about number 2? Well, this one's simple, isn't it? It's the opposite idea to number 1, and it's something that parents always tell children. Always wash your hands after you go to the toilet. Number 1 and number 2 are all about hygiene, about keeping things clean so that we don't catch diseases. Okay, number 3, what have you got? Yes, I went to London and met an old rock star. So, this meeting happened in the time when I was in London. It happened during my visit to London. And why are we using during and not the synonym while? Well, what did I tell you about the 2 prepositions of time during and while? Yes, that's right. When we use during, we follow it with a noun. And when we use while, we follow it with a verb. Okay, now when we look at number 3, we can see what comes after the preposition, can't we? Yes, what is it? My visit. And is that a verb? No, a visit is a noun. So in that case, we have to use during. During my visit to London, I met Paul McCartney. Excellent. And so, on we go, on to number 4. Now, what do you think about this one? Well, again, we've got 2 things happening at the same time. We're talking about something happening at the time that I was speaking to Paul McCartney. We were talking about skateboards, by the way. And when we were talking, the Queen walked past. So, it's the same idea as number 3, but this time, what's different? Yes, that's right. This time there isn't a noun, but a verb in the sentence. And what does that mean? Correct-a-doodle-doo! That means that we have to use while. While I was talking to Paul McCartney, the Queen walked past. Wonderful! Well done! Okay, and on we go. Oh, no. Hang on. We haven't got time to carry on. I promised Enid that she should come in this afternoon. I think she's finally figured out everything she needs to know to start playing football. Enid, are you there? Hello, people. Hello, hello. Well, I wanted to come and speak to you today about sport. About football, really. You see, I finally thought that I knew enough about football. I understood the coin toss, the kick-off, fouls, goals, half-time, the referee, restarting after a goal, penalties, corners and throw-ins. I even learned that when the ball goes off the end of the pitch and it's not a corner kick, then it's a goal kick. And the goalkeeper tries to kick the ball as far up the pitch towards the other goal as he can, like this. Anyway, I was all ready, I thought. So I went along to my local football club and presented myself. I asked to speak to the coach, and when the coach came out, I introduced myself and told him that I wanted to join the team and start playing football with them. Then, do you know what the coach said to me then? I'm sure you can't guess. I'm still in shock. He said, the coach said that I couldn't play with them. I asked him why, and he said it was because I'm an eel. I'm an eel, and the coach said that eels can't play football because we haven't got feet. And because we haven't got feet, we can't kick the ball. And kicking the ball is the most important thing, really, in football. I said that I could use my head. I could head the ball. But the coach said no. The coach said that the game is called football, not headball. And so now I have to think of another sport. I was really looking forward to it too. I went browsing in a sports shop yesterday afternoon and I saw a pair of football boots and some shin pads. You know, protectors for your lower legs. But, well, I don't have any legs or feet, so I wouldn't know where to put them, I suppose. Well, I'm quite depressed, don't you know? Oh, well, on the plus side, I suppose I know more about football than I used to. At least now I know the basic idea of the game and how to play it. I suppose I can still go to the football club and watch them train and play. Yes, I think that's what I should do. Okay, I can't play football because I haven't got any legs or feet. So there's nowhere for me to wear my football boots or shin pads. But I can still watch the footballers and I can shout encouragement. Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm going to start walking Keach to the football pitch in the park so that we can watch the footballers training and playing and, well, I suppose I'll have to think of another sport to try. Dr. Wild McGizzard wants me to take up a sport. So, well, I'd better find another sport. Okie dokie, that's all from me today. I'm off to look for another sport to try. Toodaloo, pip pip, chitty bye. And she's off. Not as happily as normal, but at least she's concentrating on the positive side of things. At least she's looking for the best in the situation. She's made her mind up to use her new football knowledge, and she's going to be a football supporter, a football fan, instead of a football player. Good for her. Okay, people, that's all the time we've got for today. So it's time for us to say goodbye. Goodbye! Don't worry, we'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place, and until then, you know, www.m5tv.hu. Okay, see you all tomorrow. See you later. Bye!